that many times, we deserve to be not just a top 4 placing team, but a champion. And Rook Hill, I'm looking forward to what they're going to be able to perform tonight based on who they're bringing. Let's take a look at the rosters, though, of who's going to be on the rosters and some of the changes that we're going to see from these teams compared to the past.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking at A. Martin's performance tonight and Commander J's performance tonight. A. Martin, of course, being the commander. But let's see how many Rubik's Cubes he can solve while he's in charge. Commander J, of course, we saw him a few moments ago. He is one that has been in the esports community for a very long time and always been a top performer, especially on the Cunninghams.
Well, a bag of kittens on Refuse2Die. He's the main strategist. He's the one in the 1390s as well, or the 5100s, or the T69s, or the IS3s, or the T32s. He's in the Tier 8s rather than the T1s. And he has spent 6 years in the Navy Reserve as a hospital corpsman. 24 years old. So he has some military background as well. So the strategy and the leadership is definitely a strong component in his character. And another individual that I'm going to be looking forward to is Slovenian, who's a newer player on the team, to see how the two of them perform tonight. Well, enough about story times. It's time for Rook Hill's rules for victory. Rook Hill?
Gladly. All right, first rule for the... Wow, excuse me. Make your shots count. Big thing for Refuse2Die. They have to make those shots count. They can't miss them because the thing is, Cunninghams is going to be all about execution. You heard that in the interview. Refuse2Die doesn't stand out as anything truly exceptional, and I'm thinking this is going to be a cerebral match. Cunninghams, they should perform just fine. Refuse2Die has to stand up to that, and they can't afford to miss a shot because if they do, that's just going to be right where the Cunninghams are going to beat them down. Following that, the X Factor. That's the thing I'm looking for in Refuse2Die. Refuse2Die is getting better and better. They're playing comprehensively. They're playing well. But what is it about them that is going to be off-putting for the Cunninghams? I'm not sure yet. We haven't seen enough of their play. We'll see if that develops. And if it does, that could be where they beat the Cunninghams tonight. And then finally, I'm looking at Commander J yet again. If they can beat out Commander J and just shut him down, that could cause some frustration for the Cunninghams and possibly cause a few issues that I don't think the Cunninghams would have been able to account for, especially if they're gunning just for him.
Well, the face-off is ready between our two team representatives. Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening.
Welcome to the Gold League. My first question is going to go to the representative of the Cunninghams. There you guys are. A. Martin. Now, your team has been in the Gold League before. You've had some stellar records in the past season, but not top three. Not top three yet, Cunninghams. What have you done specifically since the end of Season 3 to prepare for this next season?
So we lost 2 players in the offseason. So most of our time was basically spent trying to find replacements, and we found 1.5, neither of which will be with us tonight. But we added Declan of Death, who's a great player, really good 5100 driver. And we added D. Hansen, who's a backup T1 player for us, who's a good sport. And will hopefully be replacing at roster change time, but we'll see. But yeah, the big thing is just replacing. We lost Milton, which was big. He got poached by Fnatic. So the big thing has just been trying to get that front end going again.
Poached. So he was approached by Fnatic rather than him trying to leave. Are you upset about this?
Poached is a bit of a confrontational term, I guess. It was a long time coming.
Okay.
I think it did not catch me by surprise.
I see. But
I'm still screwing with them.
Still trying to fill that void, though. Refuse2Die, you've filled the void that we had for the 2 teams that were in the qualifiers, the 2 positions. You were able to win qualifier number 1. You're back. You're back with a vengeance, I feel. How does it feel to be back in the Gold League?
I think this is a big step forward for us because for the first time in the WGLNA, we're back for consecutive seasons, which I think is important for any team's growth. We've gotten better before, but the fact that we are able to string together 2 consecutive seasons, I think is going to do a lot for the team growth-wise.
Could you tell some of the growth that you have experienced, though, that has led to your victories in the qualifiers? Has it been more practice time? Has it been different people on your team? Has it been a different outlook on your team? What exactly has changed?
I think it's not necessarily more practice, it's better practice. People are showing up and they're ready to play on time, and I think especially after what happened in the off season with Damage Esports, it kind of left a little chip on the shoulder for a lot of our players, and they're ready to take it to that next level and show that, maybe not this season we're ready to beat Fnatic and Simp, in the finals, but we're on the path. So their days are numbered.
All right. Well, gentlemen, we're looking forward to the first matchup tonight. Refuse2Die. Any words for the Cunninghams?
No, I have a lot of respect for A. Martin and his team. Obviously, they're doing things well. They've been successful in the past, so I'm just looking forward tonight, one way or the other.
Hey, Martin.
Just bring this KV5 strat, right? First match.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, gentlemen, best of luck. We'll see you on the battlefield.
Thank you.
Detailing more of the history of these two teams, Randall, just overall in the Gold League, you have to think the amount of sacrifice and stress any of these teams has to endure in order to play. Well, in the past, it was multiple times a week. Now it's only one time a week. And they can really, really hone in on their strategies for the one match that they have against the one team that they have, rather than kind of the marathons that we've seen in the past in scheduling. And also just at live events, at LAN events, some teams kind of go through those marathons with longer type brackets. So I think that we're going to see some more finesse between these teams as they recognize who their opponent is, as they prepare accordingly, and be able to perform accordingly.
Yeah, and also along with being able to have that one opponent each week, you have one map that you realize is going to be there. That's Cliff, and every team is going to be able to be ready this week for Cliff. You saw a little bit of that yesterday, some nice preparation there, and a few interesting strats that we weren't quite prepared to see. Today, I'm hoping to see if anyone has learned from yesterday's broadcast and decided to pick up on any things that they saw other teams choose in the opposite bracket, or if they're going to be going for something completely new and unexpected. It was kind of cool, though, Clutch, to see some guys be able to get to the top of the lighthouse unnoticed, pretty much. I didn't get to see sometimes when Blue Boys, for example, got to the top of the lighthouse on Cliff. That caught me completely by surprise, because I didn't think that was possible at that moment for him to get up there safely.
Well, you say it the best way, man. If you can mount and go up there, watch plenty of videos on how to climb in a 1390, you can traverse your way up there safely but slowly. It's when you're up there. Blue Boys Cat had a couple shots, but it was it was not fully exploited by Simp when they were there. However, hopefully one of these teams can learn from them and perform better on this map. And here we go. Battle number 1 is about to take place, and match number 1 between Cunninghams and Refuse2Die. What do we have for tanks?
For tanks, I'm looking at a Pershing, T69, and 3 1390s for the side of Cunninghams. Refuse2Die has brought a Pershing, 2 T69s, and 2 1390s. Interesting lineup, slower on the side of Refuse2Die. This is interesting. I would have expected the Cunninghams to bring this kind of medium lineup with more mediums, and then Refuse2Die to bring more light tanks. But I guess they've decided to do it a little bit differently.
A difference is not a bad thing, as long as it's able to bring out the type of the desirable ending that you want. These initial approaches in the center are going to punish those going to the donut, and multiple shots are fired. Anubis shot 2. Behind him was Valkyrie Viewus, who shot 3, it looks like, or only 1, actually. No connections whatsoever.
And it looks like, Bag of Kittens connects with Commander J as he finds him, and it looks like Silent Demise and Commander J are going to immediately try and get him. If they can, Commander J has to get down the hill, takes a few shells, gets tracked, but a Bag of Kittens should go down in a moment. He misses that final shot before going down. Commander J and Silent Demise are now on the low ground, and there's a fight, I think, brewing elsewhere on the map.
Outside of Demise, Commander J are going to stay down below as World War II Fanatics waiting for him. I'm surprised that Bag of Kittens kept that position when they both saw Silent Demise and Commander J heading to that section of the map. But they may be out of shots if they can't kill World War II Fanatics. Silent Demise is. And shots fired from the T1. Commander J has 1 shot left to take down World War II Fanatic, and he does.
Beautiful play right there. Overmatch easy. And the reaction was perfect. Really loved seeing that. Now Commander J is going to go after Hired Gun, except he's actually going to get tracked on the side of the cliff. He's not loaded, and that T1 might be able to deal a little bit of extra damage before getting rammed and taken down. Oh, nice jukes from Hired Gun. He's going to keep Commander J tied up for a little while, and with this, we could see a fight brew somewhere else on the map.
Slovenian, Anubis, and Valkyrie Viewus trying to get this round on Baguk, but a shot fired from Slovenian, it looks like, was a complete miss. Moving and shooting is going to decrease your accuracy, but they're so close as well that it's a little bit tough to try to keep your turret locked into that one position. Baguk's going to take down Slovenian, but Valkyrie Viewus Wow, can't get the revenge kill. Yes, he can. There he goes. And Anubis is trying to block Valkyrie Vuas, who is at super low HP at 119.
And now Countess waiting around in the background. It looks like Silent Demise trying to snipe from a distance onto the remaining tank. Yeah, he takes him down.
It's a nice shot. Anubis is unloading his clip, and he's trying to hit Countess.
Not happening.
Nothing.
Looks like Countess is going to be reloaded very shortly and be able to close the distance, finish off Anubis. Zeros, first shot. And now 3 tier 8s against 1 tier 8 and a T1. Not seeing this go too well for Refuse2Die in the first battle, but they put up a decent fight.
Yeah, as I mentioned before, once they noticed those 2 tanks moving to the donut side of the map, and Bag of Kittens was still waiting on the side of the cliff, they could just move down and be away from the firefights, away from the danger from his teammates, and get the kill. It was.
He did a decent job trying to make the fight happen, but the thing was the Cunninghams reacted perfectly. If they hadn't, it would have been an entirely different engagement, because then the combined damage from 2 different angles would have been enough to probably get the first kill, because Cunninghams was not the first team to fire, and that was so important.
Refuse2Die doesn't have it in the bag on that first one. Cunningham is able to get battle number 1 on Cliff. Slovenian was holding his own for a little bit, moving very quickly in the Pershing in that mountain edge. But I think it came down to Silent Demise, who did some fantastic damage in that last battle. What do you have for his stats, Randall?
For him, we have 2,289 damage with 3 kills from that 1390. Silent Demise has always been a top performer, and he's always stood out as far as even on Twitter and stuff. He's always being active. He's active in the games here, and and for 13 shells fired, he was able to get 11 connections, 11 penetrations. Just great play by him.
Yeah, very good play by the 1390. Again, I'm trying to understand why Bag of Kittens was holding that one position. If his teammates thought that they could swing to the other side and he could try to hold them for a couple shots, sure, but his teammates missed. Or not his teammates. His teammates missed those shots across the way. And here, this is what I'm talking about. Look at the replay. Bag of Kittens, completely isolated on his own. And Commander J and Silent Demise are now completely free to kill him. They're not going to take any hits from his teammates because they're on a whole nother level.
Well, you have to also give it to that other 1390. That was World War II fanatic. He was trying to help. It's just he was a little too far away. Cunningham's had a perfect reaction. That's the thing. There's always an answer. Always an answer. And the thing is, Cunningham's found it. They found it first. And they found it quickly, and they acted quickly. And that's what you have to pay attention to in World of Tanks. Cunningham's showing them very well that they are fast enough. They're doing very well. They're not making as many mistakes as they used to in the past. Refuse2Die had a good plan. Kittens was going for a cool flank. I liked it. It was the alternate entrance to the middle of the map.
It's that one-line approach that I brought up.
Yeah,
yes.
And he can sometimes, maybe not this time, get there without getting spotted, but that was probably what really hurt their ability to get the flank.
Well, it got countered very, very hard. But it is only the first battle in this series. The second battle is going to take place on Abbey. And as fast as Cliff went, hopefully the same thing can happen on Abbey, but it's usually not the case due to the map layout. But Randall, what do we have for tanks?
For tanks, I'm looking at a 5100 T69 and 3 1390s for the side of the Cunninghams. Refuse2Die has brought 2 5100s, a T69, and 2 1390s. 5100s are finding their way onto this map. And I'm a little surprised with the terrain that we've always been seeing. 5100 doesn't have the best gun depression. T69 is good, but 5100 is, well, it's only really fit for the far west or the far east, I feel.
What would you favor instead of the AMX 5100?
I'd want to put a 50. If I'm going for heavy tanks, I want to put an IS-3 in there somewhere. Maybe a T-32, but the IS-3 is just such a bully of a tank that if you want to push down a line, you can just do that. And there's not a whole lot your opponent can do to stop you. Looks like, though, Anubis and Bag of Kittens are running straight through the middle, and they're going to take a shell from, looks like Commander J or Countess. And now Countess is going to retreat into the Abbey as a Bag of Kittens and Anubis try to make a push up towards the Abbey.
World War II Fnatic and Slovenian, in their 5100s, have been pressing up this road the entire time on the east. And if they can catch one of those tanks off guard with 2 pop shots, they could do a significant amount of damage and either stay in that position and move to the center or continue to push. The overmatch could happen on either side here, but now Cunninghams are falling back with the other tanks that were down the western road, as they have spotted one of the 5100s, Slovenian it looks like, and World War II Fanatic.
It looks like at the same time Trireme, Silent Demise, all backing off. Comps as well is all the way in the base. This fight for Cunninghams is focusing around the Abbey, where they're safe from that eastern play of Refuse2Die. If Refuse2Die can't find an answer quickly or make some kind of push happen, gets their opponent by surprise, I think they're going to have a problem winning in Abbey today.
World War II Fanatic is now up in the middle section between the center road and the eastern road, which we talked about during the qualifiers of not crossing over that much. Now he has crossed over, and looking towards the center could be a really, really good sniper for any tanks that are moving from the north side to help in the center. But once they're able to lock into his position, 3 against 1 favors a team with more tanks. And now World War II Fanatic takes 2 shots. Those are coming from comps.
Yeah, they are. He's over in the base, like we talked about earlier. I didn't think World War II Fanatic was going to expose himself to that. And now Comps has gotten some free damage out. Looks like there's a little more shots fired in the Abbey, maybe. That being from maybe Kaunas. Don't see any connections, though.
Slovenian takes down A. Martin with 1 shot and waits to see if any other tanks.
And now the push into the Abbey. Valkyrie Vewaz and a bag of kittens are able to take down Commander Jay. Countess slips over the edge and is able to escape for now, but he may not be safe from the east for long. He's in a tough spot, and I don't see a large margin for him to escape. He can try and go towards his opponent's base, but he will be cut off from the rest of his team if he does so, and I think that's what he's going to go for.
Bagkins takes a shot, falls back through the tiny doorway. If they need to focus, they should focus Countess around her way. I don't know what the 5100s are doing. Bagkins takes another shot from far away, though, for 210 damage.
Oh, but Anubis has found Countess. Countess being focused by 2 tanks. Anubis should be able to finish him off, and he will go down. Another kill onto the Cunninghams here. It looks so strong for them, but now Refuse2Die has been able to bring this one back with something just unexpected. Positioning, movements that I don't think could have been easily predicted because they're just so out there.
I like the movements that they're bringing so far, especially the 5100 positioning in the west. Now, not a full con commitment, but taking down A. Martin, who's trying to scout that section a little bit earlier. And now a bag of kittens going to be swinging over to the east on that road, and they may huddle up and then decide to push up one of the roads here. Now, the entry point for the road to the east is a little bit tougher because it has more of a bottleneck compared to the wider berth of the road entrance, you could say, towards the west.
Now, looks like Cunninghams are trying to find a contingency plan for this, well, big slap in the face from Refuse2Die.
Yeah.
Silent Demise is finally backing off a little bit. We've got Comps heading to the west with Trireme. They may be able to take a defensive position over their cap, and there's been enough damage dealt that I think they could hold off an attack from Refuse2Die, but they cannot do it all at once. If Refuse2Die makes 1 solid attack, Cunninghams will not be able to defend. If Cunninghams can kite them out, make this fight last longer and get some reloads in, then possibly they could bring this back. Otherwise, Refuse2Die has every reason to be able to close this one out in just a few minutes.
Bag of Kittens leading the charge, heading over to the west. The smartest play they can make is to huddle together and push against the flag cap of the enemy base, and using their T1s to make sure to scout that they're not going to get fast capped on their side, because if it is a full-on commitment of all their tier 8s, which no tank has died on the side of Refuse2Die, they need to be able to scout any backdoor tactics coming out of the Cunninghams, because that would be a travesty for them to be in the lead with tier points, with tanks still left alive, yet still lose due to a flag cap by 1 tier 1 from far away, or a tier 1 and a tier 8 from far away.
It does look like, though, Refuse2Die is gonna screen out any positions that Cunninghams could have with a T1. They've secured the east already. They left some T1s behind. Now they're heading west. They're going to get control, and they're going to attack from the best position. You don't attack from the east onto that high ground in the west currently held by Comps and with him Trireme. They know the most likely position to Refuse2Die is the south. They're both trained on that direction. In the meantime, Baguk at the base is watching the cap, and Silent Demise is going to be watching the east. And no, he even knows where they're going to be coming from. Yeah, great
Clock's
prediction.
ticking. It is a great prediction, but the clock's ticking for Refuse2Die to make the move. Cunninghams is going to play for the draw. They're not going to try to play for the win because the amount of tanks they have down. These 3, 2 tier 8s and 1 T1.
Chances to win are pretty low right now with anything aggressive. They have an inferior force. You can't attack with one. You have to get out of the way and try and split your opponent in order to make it so you can pick them apart piecemeal. But most of the time that's not going to happen here in World of Tanks. Most guys stay together.
Slovenian taking the lead in the 5100.
And World War II Fnatic, Slovenian, both spotted, shot fired, 1 connection.
Takes a hit for 238. World War II Fnatic's going to move just to the left of him. Now he's going to go up front. And he sees comps. World War II Fnatic has the low HP. They need to trade with Slovenian. Now he has fallen. Slovenian and World War II Fnatic could have traded HP a lot better in that scenario. Valkyrie Vivos now going to take another hit.
It's all right. 3 shells left for Trireme 2 now. Comps is on reload. They need to get comps, but Trireme is still dangerous. Valkyrie Vivos misses a crucial chop, but here comes a bag of kittens.
And Valkyrie Vivos falls. Comps takes a hit for 245. Slovenian moves to the other side, misses the shot against Comps, and now he gets the kill.
Now Trireme is backing off, hired gun, trying to take the attention of Trireme, keep him occupied if he can. Trireme may not be able to escape, especially if he can damage that engine. Not probably enough there.
Bag of Kittens is on the run to get him. 1 shot and 1 more to take down Trireme. Oh, another one.
A low roll. 1 more shot. Slovenian's got it.
Anubis actually has it, but look how low Slovenian and Anubis are. This is still going to be a tough fight for them. Silent Demise has two shots. Well, now 1 shot.
Well, Baguk's going to get that kill. Baguk carrying his weight in the T1 today.
Minute 47.
Oh, Quasar in the T1. He could be where this comes back for them. And while Silent Demise is all at full health, he is on reload. Baguk, if he can't take out Quasar, that's going to put a lot of weight on Silent Demise that I'm not sure he's going to be able to work with. Bag of Kittens is still healthy enough to the point where he can take a few shells while everyone else lines up on his tank. Now Silent Demise, not spotted. Baguk will go down. That hurts. Silent Demise has a lot to do now. He has to kill the T1, stop the cap, and kill 3 tier 8s.
Silent Demise could do it.
It's completely possible, and he's...
do it. Slovenian misses his shot, his 1 shot he has available. And Anubis gets hit first.
Silent Demise slowly moves out. Very slowly. He's being very cautious. Bag of Kittens is closing. And if Bag of Kittens spots Silent Demise, I think... No, they're not looking the right way, are they? They're all looking south and they're looking west.
Silent Demise could pop a shot here. He has to. He has 7 more seconds. He's silent. You have to fire to get the reset. 2, 1, and base is captured. Doesn't even go for the reset shot. Silent Demise. Play to win, buddy.
He waited just barely too long. I think he was just assuming it would show up. He was very confused because that one little sliver of a bush was in the way from him being able to spot the actual position of those tanks. They were all to the very tiny west when he tried to spot those guys instead of trying to go south. Maybe he could have done it, but that's a lot of what ifs, and there's a lot of pressure on Silent Demise. If Baguk had not died, I feel like Silent maybe would have had an easier time. They could have sacked Baguk to get the spotting. Silent Demise could have fired from cover, not been spotted, and get all the kills he needs. Really unfortunate there that Silent was not able to clutch.
Shoot! Shoot your gun, Silent! Shoot it when you have 10 seconds. At least try to go for a draw or something. It doesn't matter where Bag of Kittens was. You knew where one of those tanks was, and you had to pop out and get the shot. Even if you died, at least you're trying to keep the game alive. You can't do that. You can't do that.
Yeah, unfortunately, if he missed even 1 shell, it would have been impossible for him to get all of the kills. There's enough damage within his clip to get a kill on Bag of Kittens and the 3 remaining other tanks with 1 shot. But the thing is, if he missed even 1 shell, it would have been over, and Bag of Kittens would have been all over him, able to get the kill.
Bag of Kittens was 9 for 9 in that engagement. He's leading the team not only as the shot caller, but also leading the team in damage.
Wow. Fantasy pick right there for me.
Yeah, indeed, indeed. World War II Fnatic did a little bit of damage, just 1 HP caused, probably from some ramming, but he went out in front of Slovenian, and Comps annihilated him. Never have a tank when you're moving into what is considered to be enemy territory with lower HP to the front, when you have a 5100 that has 90% of their HP ready to go. You can't do that. That was sloppy play. Sloppy play kind of on both ends here. I understand it's the first matchup, but if these guys want to be champions, they're going to have to get it together. And what do we have for battle number 3?
For tanks, I'm looking at 3 AMX 5100s and 2 IS-3s for the side of the Cunninghams. 3 5100s and 2 IS-3s for the side of Refuse2Die.
All right, tied up 1-1. Here we go. Follow a bag of kittens in the 5100 as they move over to the west. No one's going towards the hillside.
And a little bit of a west, a little bit in the middle, and it looks like there's a DC.
Oh, that is unfortunate. All right, let's go back to the garage.
It happens. It happens from time to time.
The rule set is if a disconnect has been called before any tanks are spotted, then we will exit into the garage to make sure the player is reconnected and we play the game. If the player does not reconnect in a certain amount of time, a sub must be placed in their place. If a sub's not available, guess what? They're playing with less players until the player is able to reconnect. Looks like I don't see any substitutions yet.
Here, I'll try and figure out who was disconnected.
Okay, as we ask in chat. Admin's taking care of that right now. So Himmelsdorf as the third map, Abby as the second map choice. How the maps are chosen is really all that is taking place before the broadcast even begins with our admin. He talks to all the team captains, flips a coin, and it goes back and forth on which maps that they choose. And
yep. Map of the day, coin flip, higher seed gets to choose heads or tails. If they get it, they get to choose if they want to pick the side on map of the day. I would. Or defer. And if you defer, your opponent then picks it, and then you get to pick the first map after that. So I really like the system because it feels very even and doesn't feel like it gives too much to the winner of the coin flip or the team that gets to pick first, because everyone likes to pick sides, I feel, more than map. Yeah,
sides, a lot of people declare is more important than the map choice itself. All right, here we go. Let's detail the tanks one more time. Tanks will be the same though, according to our rule set. What do we have, Randall?
That's mirror matchups clutch, 3 5100s.
Mirror matchup.
2 IS-3s.
Nice. Okay, well, if it's going to be the same strategy brought at the beginning, we're going to see Refuse2Die heading over to the west, and the same coming out of Cunninghams. No one is going to the eastern hill, which is different compared to what we saw yesterday, where everyone was going up to the hill.
Yeah, it was
RBIS, Victoria's Secret, Simp.
Well, I guess they must have trashed the castle up there, so why would you go back?
They want to clean it up. Bag Kittens all the way to the south. Quasar on the T1 will scout ahead. And the other tier 8s, Anubis, Slovenian.
They may spot each other. Quasar spotted. A. Martin is spotted. Shots fired. No connections yet. But there it is. Anubis gets A. Martin. And that is Cunningham's losing the T1 first. Cunningham's unable. There's a nice connection right back at him. Countess gets it.
They even it up. Bag of Kittens from far away tries to get a shot on Trireme if he's able to spot him. No. Too far away to spot. And this is going to be a little bit of western no man's land. Past the 1 minute mark so far on battle number 3.
Yeah, and teams walk out in the open and you're going to die on the west. There's so many guns looking in that direction. Refuse2Die has a really cool, sleek, kind of hidden angle of fire that they're going to move away from now. Thanks, Refuse2Die. But Cunningham's had this really strong northern control of the train yard, and I really like to see that. You can see how they were able to take out Quasar. A. Martin had to walk into the exact right spot for the shot to connect, but it did kind of keep things hidden for a little while. Now it looks like Cunningham's recognized their advantage when they push from the north, and Refuse2Die says, let's not fight here, let's leave. And they do. Smart move.
Anubis and Valkyrie view us, along with Bag of Kittens and World War II Fanatic, now heading towards the east, and Bag of Kittens committing towards the hill, along with Hired Gun. In the T1, he's not going to spot anything because nothing's up here.
Comps looks through the hidden window on Himmelsdorf. 2 line, not seeing anything. Countess tries to go for it. Doesn't see any. Oh, yes, he does see Anubis and Valkyrie Vewas. Nice. He's going to line up. Shot does not connect back at him. Countess, just go for it. You got the shot somewhere. It's very difficult to get this shot to connect right through here because there's a very small little angle of fire.
We've seen tankers do it in the past.
It's been a whole season since I saw it last be effective.
There's a shot on the move from Anubis and Valkyrie Views. No connections.
Happens a lot.
They're going to head to a defensive spot.
If they did connect on the move back through that, I would probably just stand up and walk away. Because I'd just be like, it's over. They beat World of Tanks.
Yep.
They've achieved the next level.
Of RNGesus.
There's no point. Let's just go home.
Looking at the spread from the Cunninghams. All their tier 8s are not fully committing yet to going down south. They're getting close. Refuse2Die is committing to a full-on defensive maneuver, except for one of the T1s on the hill who could push down. Have a T1 battle and go for the flag cap. The engagement lingers for a while.
Now, what's strange is they've also left Baguk at home, and he's going to get ready to cluck down any hired guns that come on his way. It doesn't look like hired gun, though, is going to. He's going to head on back. Cunningham's going to probably try and make a fast cap with their tier 8s alone. No T1s to back him up. Unfortunate because they lost a Martin Silent. Demise just decides, let's go. What you guys waiting for?
He crosses the gap first, takes a shot on the side for 390. But Anubis and Valkyrie Views fell back. He didn't get another shot. Anubis is the only one who did. But now he gets a shot against Comps, and a shot bounces back from behind.
Now Commander J and Countess are trying to put fire onto a bag of kittens, and World War II Fanatic bounce from a 5100 onto Countess. He misses his last shell. Bag of kittens is reloading, and down goes Comps.
World War II Fanatic is low. Valkyrie Views takes a big hit to the front for 382. Countess takes down World War II Fanatic. Santa Mize at half health is on the reload still. Big double hits from Anubis and Valkyrie Views against him. Valkyrie's almost loaded. Anubis may have, did not sip his shot. HP shared. Valkyrie Views gets the kill. And that is the reset on the flag cap. Trireme falling back.
Countess, Commander J are further to the north, split off from him, and they're going to look for an alternate approach to the cap, but I'm not sure what they're going to be able to do there. This is a situation where I guess they just have to salvage it. It's 4 tier 8s, 2 of them IS-3s, against tanks that are pretty much a double shot. You've got 777 for Commander J. Trireme is maybe 3 shells, but Countess is a very easy 2-shell kill.
They're going to head back and go for defense again. Slovenian, Anubis, and Valkyrie Views are spotted. They only spot one tank from a distance. They fired. Did it hit?
Nope.
Looks like it didn't.
Countess is safe. Hired gun is not, as Baguk is going to cluck it.
Commander J is almost loaded. He is loaded. Shoots into Slovenian. Trireme's almost loaded as well. And look at the amount of HP Trireme has. If Slovenian falls, which he does, it's now 3-on-3. 2 IS-3s, 1. No! Now it's turning around for the Cunninghams. Anubis takes another hit, or at least a close hit. Commander J has 2 hit.
Bag of Kittens catches Trireme out in the open. He gets the first shot. Does not. Trireme may get the finisher, and he does. Actually, it's a
Commander
2
J.
shells.
Yep, Commander J is able to hit the same time. He's calculated Commander J shot first. At least gets credit for the kill. Anubis takes down Trireme, though. 2 against 1. Plus Baguk.
Countess lines up on Anubis. Looks for the connection, doesn't move forward enough, and so has to keep inching, losing his reticle, and Anubis is able to get to safety. Commander J is still on his reload, waiting on the wings for Anubis to maybe move up and try something. Anubis can finish this off. He has to get 2 shells into each of these tanks, so he's really got to kite it out. In the meantime, it does look like Baguk is heading to cap.
Anubis falls back towards the next set of buildings. Commander J is now loaded. He sees Anubis. Anubis fires against a shot, but so does Commander J for 339. Countess pulls over to get the flank. Anubis on his own.
A high roll will take down Anubis. However, if he gets 1 shell onto Commander J, a good roll should finish it. Countess, though, is outside of the regular. Oh, that's a track shot. Countess is quick, though, on the kit.
Countess lines up for 301. Here comes Commander J for the cleanup, but it's Countess is able to get it. And Cunninghams leads the series 2-1 against Refuse2Die. It was a trap, and Refuse2Die fell for it.
Yeah, but Commander J shot first.
Well done by the Cunninghams to salvage a losing scenario.
Yeah, it was very interesting, the fact that Refuse2Die tried to push up the 3 line. The one road in Himmelsdorf that I hate, it is the 3 road. Do never push up the 3 road. Refuse to Die. Kind of pushed up the 3 road today. And I think that's really where it fell apart for them. There was a great hold down for 5100. At that range, it's kind of not guaranteed that you're going to make your shot, even if you have a perfect reticle.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, Countess got some good shells in there. Great crossfire on the 3 road. That was the mistake by Refuse to Die. They had it in the bag, but they dropped it.
It's tough. It's tough when you pursue any enemy that starts to get a beat on you from a defensive standpoint. And Slovenian, once he fell, that's when it started to turn for the Cunninghams. Well, as a reminder, it's not over till it's over. And even if they were able to take down what was left of the Cunninghams, but Guck was still left alive, and he was going for that T1 flag cap backdoor scenario.
On top of that, he was able to hold off a valiant defense as a T1 against another T1. Good job by him. Not a whole lot of damage, of course. It's just T1 v T1 fighting, but did its job, and that's what counts.
The next battle is going to take place on another city map, and maybe we'll see the same mirror matchup or some differences here. Sometimes we'll see the Pershing or the Object 416 played on this map due to their view range at about 450 meters. Just slightly less than that. But Randall, what do we have for tanks?
I hate to disappoint you, Clutch, but 3 5100s, 2 IS-3s.
Mirror matchup.
Maybe you're not disappointed.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's all right. I mean, if you brought American tanks, Tier 8 American tanks to every battle, then maybe it'd get a little bit stale.
No, it wouldn't.
Too much of a good thing.
No, it's not too much of a good thing.
Hey, you're right. What am I talking about?
Hot dogs, barbecue.
Apple pie, freedom. Spreading freedom across the
You can never have too much of that, Josh.
That's why you always bring the T1 Cunninghams. Speaking of the Cunninghams, they are one battle away from taking the series. And
they're playing like it.
They're playing like it indeed. The spread is different. 3 of their Tier 1s are still almost on their flag.
Yes. Tier 8s, Silent Demise is looking right down the 4-5. They've got Comps, Countess, Trireme all near the cap, and they're getting ready to actually move down that 5-6 line where we have a Martin actually scouting ahead aggressively as well. He could have gone down very easily early in this battle. At the same time, we've got a good defense from Commander J, and from Baguk in the T1, he's able to watch down one of the approaches on the 3 line. Defensive by the Cunninghams, but it looked like they're ready to make a push down the 5-6 if there was perhaps an east side play, or if they thought that the Refuse to Die was going to play more defensively. It doesn't look like that. Refuse to Die has center control on the west, and shots are being traded back and forth. Comps able to juke a little bit. Good play by Comps. But the high ground goes to Anubis.
He's loaded and ready, but nothing to shoot at yet. Ho, ho, ho! Someone took a shot at him, though, but that bounced. Comps able to dodge a shot from Anubis. Heading over to Hired Gun, who's close to Silent Demise. But no engagement has happened based on that information. And they're able to spot 2 more of the heavy tanks, and this is another standstill mode right now between Cunninghams and Refuse to Die. Hired Gun getting lit up
by A. Martin to the south, and he is all the way in Gulf 5. But doesn't get spotted, by the way. So many bushes. And World War II Fanatic does look like he's moving over. May be able to take down A. Martin if he can move up enough to get it, or doesn't get spotted.
Nope,
Hired Gun spotted again. A. Martin's lining up. Not able to make a connection. Not yet.
And World War II Fanatic, is he? I thought he was leaving the scene for a sec, but no, he's going to stay here.
Hired Gun now takes 45 damage from A. Martin. Waiting for World War II. Yeah.
He doesn't see him still. Now he sees him. Now he's spotted.
Who spotted him? Hired Gun. Crossing in the open, the right bush. He just got in the right spot.
Or Quasiar, too, is close.
No, it's no angle. No angle.
Actually, Quasiar's been there the whole time, so it could have been him.
He's just chilling out.
Yeah.
What's up, guys? I'm a T1. Just gonna be a T1.
He's gonna not move for Valkyrie Viewers. Valkyrie is gonna stay in this keyhole. Now we're going into a defensive position for Refuse to Die.
Oh. Well, that's one way to take it when you're down 2-1. A draw does not work out very well. If it draws here, the only hope for Refuse to Die is
a win.
They have to win, and then they have to go to the tiebreaker assault. They can't just win and then it's over. Cunningham's one more win. It's good. They can draw on this.
Yes, it can. It's up to Refuse2Die to pull the trigger. But Cunningham's, you know, the east is completely unoccupied. That is a viable option, perhaps. But once they reach past the lumber yard, it is a complete volley of fire they're going to be exposed to from Refuse2Die. Except from World War II Fanatic, who's angled up, looking at a wall, actually, right now. He's in a funny position. Actually, I can see where he's aiming. He's aiming right down this section here.
That's interesting. Never seen that before, actually.
So if he was to shoot, it would go right past this building.
Go faster.
Past this tree.
Whee! Even faster.
It would go even faster past this tree. And it would hit any of these tanks lined up here. And it looks like that's Silent Demise who's actually in this position. You don't see his tank because he's not technically scouted. But if he was to fire, he could blind fire it.
He
There
could.
he is.
Silent Demise is on a perfect angle, looking oddly to his west, but his south is completely exposed. And it is kind of cool how that angle exists. Make it happen, Refuse2Die. It shows they have the map knowledge, but do they have the execution to take this one back? 5 minutes left in the battle. They may try and go for a last-minute blitz that they can recover from if it doesn't work out.
Valkyrie Views still in this keyhole position, is technically the closest one to A. Martin, but A. Martin is not spotted. He is just known in this last position for the team. Quasar, the T1, which at this moment I would send out some of the T1s to find out where Cunninghams is at this 5-minute mark, is moving slightly, but not out of the cover he presently is in.
The thing is, though, this is such passive play from Refuse2Die. They tried to get something early. Yes, I'll give them credit for that, but they've backed off. And I guess they were just trying to regroup their thoughts, give Bag of Kittens some time to think or something, but I guess they're going to roll out one more time as we see Refuse2Die is going to start rolling north. Unfortunately, they may have given too much ground and they may walk across Countess's gun. Especially if the spotting can happen. I don't know if it can because of these bushes, but maybe that angle exists. Hired Gun's going to move way up. Refuse2Die, hesitant to move past the F line because there's so much potential for their opponent to be right there around the corner.
3 minutes and 50 seconds. Something's going to have to happen soon if these tankers don't want to go on a wild goose chase to find one of the hidden T1s for the draw.
Speaking of geese, Baguk is in the very southeast, and he is he's just creeping around back there, chilling out with the woodland animals, listening to the woodpecker. Decides, you know what, guys, see you later. Let's hit this cap. And he may be able to do that in a moment. Now it begins. Silent Demise tries to train on Quasar as a Martin. Tries to get an angle on him as well. Quasar able to make his way to cover just barely. If he'd done this a minute before when World War II Fanatic was looking up that way, he would have been able to get a shot, but guess not. A Martin, nope. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Still spotted. None of his shots are going to go through this house.
It's a bad idea. A Martin's just wanting to go around the corner. Could shoot. Hired Gun, though. Would be a good idea. Go for it. He is going to line up. 23 damage. Finish.
And he gets it.
Oh, Baguk's down. Dang it.
First blood happens at about the same time. Quasar doesn't turn the corner and try to kill A. Martin after he's unloaded. He's going to stay there.
The reload's too fast. Oh, shot goes right over A. Martin.
He could have made it around the corner at least for one strike and then fell back.
Yeah, but think about it. There's possibly Countess on that 5-6 line, and there's Silent Demise watching the other way. A. Martin is safe.
Not from Quasar.
Oh, he's safe.
Quasar could do it.
No. Quasar would be a dead Quasar. He would not be an alive Quasar. And if your angle you're thinking of, not going to happen. There's two tanks watching that angle.
Well, yeah, we're watching right here. Now, if this didn't exist, A. Martin was right there, boom.
But
no,
it does.
He's hidden.
Fight to the north. Shots fired. World War II Fanatic takes the first damage.
Valkyrie Views takes a shot from, might have been from Silent Demise. Silent Demise is low. Valkyrie Views lines up and gets a beautiful hit, but does not kill Silent Demise. And Comps takes down World War II Fanatic. Minute and 42 for the Cunninghams to get the cleanup here. Valkyrie Views is going to push. Silent Demise hits him. Valkyrie Views sets up the return fire and gets the kill. And Valkyrie has that flank open. but he's low on HP. Slovenian is in trouble, taking a volley of 1,483 damage as Bag of Kittens is trying to help out.
Now Slovenian gets a nice shot onto Trireme, but Trireme has shells, and it's going to be over. Goes around the corner and finishes him off. Now Bag of Kittens has to run away, try and salvage the situation with 1 minute and 13 seconds left. Valkyrie Veil is also spotted, trying to run away.
A Martin takes down Quasar. Quasar was not safe. Countess takes a shot on the side as a Bag of Kittens continues to move with 1 shot left from the rear. He's hit. 58 seconds left. 2 tanks still left alive for Refuse2Die. The Cunninghams are can't stop, won't stop mode right now as they're trying to get to Valkyrie Veil. Countess is playing this very, very well, actually, to get the tank all the way to the south first because they know where Bag of Kittens is. Now Bag of Kittens is heading to the north. Nice shot by Countess. Valkyrie Veil is reloaded. Doesn't get the kill. Is Countess reloading?
Or is he out of shells? Don't know.
Commander J takes down a Bag of Kittens. And A. Martin needs to get behind the IS-3 and penetrate it.
Can't do that.
And Commander J takes down Valkyrie Veil. You could try. You could try to go for an ammo rack.
You have to get above the IS-3, man. You have to get above and drop down.
Yeah.
You have to Goomba it. You
Yeah.
can't actually pen the rear armor. It's too powerful and Russian.